Okay, so this is the second, excuse me, second question, number 5, and there's different ways to approach this. I'm just going to break it down and do it in a couple of steps. You could do it in less steps if you wanted to, and if you have your conversion factors. What I would do with this one, just to show you how it sort of breaks down, is I would start with the given measurement. And this one's a three-dimensional one because it's a volume measurement, right? So this is micrograms per liter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by dealing with the mass measurement first, and then we'll deal with the per liter going to the cubic meters later. So because I'm going from a smaller to a bigger measurement, again, it's going to be the larger of the measurements on top. So I'm going to go from micrograms to grams first. And there's 100,000 micrograms in a gram. Okay. So that'll get us from micrograms to grams. And then if we want to go to kilograms from there, because that's where we want to end up, then there's 1,000 grams. And I'm just writing the per liter thing right now, okay? So that's gotten us from micrograms to kilograms. And now what we have to do is deal with the volume measurement. So liters is actually a funny measurement. Liters is decimeters cubed. And there are 10 decimeters in every meter. So if we're switching from decimeters to meters, then just going from 1 decimeter to a meter, there would be a factor of 10 involved. But because we're talking about volume measurement, we're talking about like a decimeter times a decimeter times a decimeter. And so when we're changing this over, what we have to do is we're going to go 10 decimeters makes 1 meter. And because this is going to be a cubic volume, a cubic measurement, we're going to cube it and to make that meters cubed, right? And decimeters cubed, which we know is liters. So this is really liters. Oh dear. Sorry, I got cut off there. This is really liters. So liters will cancel out with liters there. Or have I got that upside down? Yes, I do. I have it upside down. Let me erase it. Oh, why does it do that? After I pause, it sometimes won't let me erase what I wrote. So here, what we'll do is, let me fix this. The 10 decimeters goes on the bottom, and the 1 meter goes on top, because meters are bigger than decimeters. And that's why these guys cross out, because this is grams per liter times liters on the bottom there. And so the liters will cross out like that, okay? And so we end up here now with this whole thing becomes 1 over 1,000 because it's being cubed. And so now when you go through and you take your original number, you're going to divide by 100,000, divide by 1,000, divide by another 1,000, and you're going to end up with your measurements in your kilograms, because everything else is crossed out, your grams and your grams and your micrograms and your micrograms and so on. You're going to end up in kilograms per cubic meter for your measurement, okay? So each one of these is similar. Again, in B, you're going from smaller to larger, and so all of your measurements will be similar to this, where it's 1 over the conversion factor. And in the next one down, the same thing. We're going from milligrams to kilograms. And so you just have to be really, really careful that you've got the right conversion factor to get from what they're asking you to what they're giving you. So from nanograms to milligrams, I think that's a factor of 1 over 1,000. It takes 1,000 nanograms to make a milligram. And then going from grams to kilograms, there's another factor of 1,000 involved there. So just make sure that you've got your chart in front of you for all of your conversions, and just take your time. It's not wrong to put in like multiple steps like we've done here. It's possible to do it in less steps, but as you practice these and get more used to them, that's when you should try to reduce the number of steps. When you're starting off, do it in smaller chunks that make sense to you, and just move from one unit up to the next sort of major unit, and just go one thing at a time.